We don't really got much to talk about because this was a no contest, Andre Fili versus Daniel Pineda. But like I said earlier in the show, AJ, Andre Fili was putting it on Pineda. He was working him. Pineda, once again, flat-footed, throwing everything into every shot that he got. Fili was just touching, flowing, da-da-da-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, you know, hitting him with those. It looked like it was a boxing clinic damn near, you know what I'm saying? Daniel Pineda, I felt really bad because he couldn't go. He was trying to do whatever he could to stay in the fight. And, you know, I could see how many fingers I got. Oh, 2, 3, you know, all that, right? But one thing that made me really sad, man, because, you know, I resonate with these guys sometimes. He was all like, I guess this dude was just fucking putting it on me. I guess he was just beating my ass. Like, he said that multiple times in the post-fight, you know, when he was getting interviewed in the cage, right? And it makes me go on to think, do you, like, I don't have the experience to sit there and say in like a legitimate high stakes fight like this at the top of the top professional level. Do you think he just didn't know what was going on? Like it was just a blink of an eye, or like you just blacked out, and next thing you know, it's like, I guess I was getting my ass whooped. I had no idea. Because
I mean, there's definitely times, if you've ever even like even like a football game or anything like that, if you've taken a good crack to the head and you just kind of wake up later and you're like, what happened? Yeah, I mean, he didn't get cracked like that, or at least it didn't look like he got knocked out like that or anything. But the dude's eyes were swollen shut, so you know he was eating multiple shots to the face. And it's weird because this happens a lot to me with like you know, both acting, comedy, stuff like that, or even just regular life, working out, boxing, kickboxing, all that jazz. You think you're doing something. You think like, okay, you know, I know to do this. I'm gonna, you know, blah blah blah. Although whatever the technique is, you know what you need to do. And then somebody from the outside perspective will tell you, hey, do this. And you're like, I am. You're like, no, you're not. Do this. You're like, I am doing this. It's just that weird thing where your body thinks you're doing it, but our bodies are so complex that they'll add the compensations or whatever you think just to make it a little easier for you. And you're not actually staying true to the technique. And I kind of think that's what it was, more so than, you know, Daniel Pineda getting KO'd, standing up and just waking up again. I think it was more him going in and fighting and being like, yeah, no, this is how I fight, man. I'm winning the fight. Like, I'm doing good. Like, there's nothing different here going on. This is just a normal day. I'm winning. And it was more so he needed to kind of that outside perspective of, yo, dog, like, let me tell you what's going on. So I think when he watches the fight back, watches the tape, then he'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, he was putting it to me. I do need to change it up a little bit.
So kind of like Marvin Vettori being like, what are you talking about? I'm winning the round. And then Rafael Cordero was like, no, you're not, bro. He's like, bro, oh, yeah, whatever. It's like, yeah, man, you got to sometimes, need that outside influence because it's blur. You know what I mean? It's all happening so fast and whatnot. I will double down. I do think that this fight, the rules need to get changed somehow to where we score these technical decisions, not no contests. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you can clearly see it's a very one-sided approach. And then I guess that means, though, if it was like the Bilal Muhammad situation versus Leon Edwards, if I'm doubling down on this, then I would have to say you have to give Leon Edwards the win in that fight too. You know what I'm saying? Because technically it was very one-sided up to that point. Difference is that was a 5-round fight. You know what I'm saying? This one was almost 2.5 rounds out of, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But listen, impressive showing by Andre Fili. Feel bad they can't get the check. And Daniel Pineda, he's dangerous. He's a veteran. But when you got somebody who's also very experienced like Andre Fili, man, it's just a tough night at the office, man. So that's what I got on that one.